What's up guys, this is Just Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content, and today I've got something quite familiar for you. Do you have some of this kind of hero that you always pick when you want to have fun in a match, or you want to have someone who you can rely on? For me, for example, this could be Baldum, or for example, that could be RoV, or in this case, when I play the supporter, most of the time, I'm going with Baldum, or Baldum as we say in German. But Baldum is one of my most favorite heroes of all time in Arena of Valor history. He has got great damage, he's got great crowd control effects, and when he hits ultimate state, he becomes kind of a new hero with a complete new possibility as well. And therefore, I want to highlight another game with him, and I want to show you what build I use. I'm going to make it super quick, as this build is the build that I've been using for the last couple of months. Therefore, I'm just going to skip through it because you guys are here for the gameplay, and the gameplay is the stuff that we should focus on, and that's what comes behind the next part. So if you enjoy this kind of content, I would be super happy if you subscribe to my channel. A like is always highly appreciated, and I'm always open for some comments, suggestions, and any of your thoughts. Put them just down in the comment section below. Let's go. Alright, welcome to my armory. As you can see, we are going full tank. Wow, what a surprise. Of course, Baldum is one of the tank supports, and therefore we're going to build him with as much armor, as much health points, and as much magic defense as possible. If you take a closer look, we have chosen the Earth Gem for our support item. You can pick whatever you want. For example, you guys will see that I'm going to choose the one that is reducing crowd controls, because we were fighting against Aram, we were fighting against Joker, and all that sort of things led me to the point where I want to have that. You should always pick the one that is most suitable for your team composition on the one hand, and the enemy team composition on the other hand. I'm going with Gilded Greaves. You guys are going to see in the enchantment while I'm doing that. This is going to be the stuff that is helping you with crowd control effects coming from the enemies. Aegis is one of the staple items. It offers just so much that you always need to have it. It's really, really good, so take it. Believe, trust in me. Okay, then I'm going with Maid of Pain. Staple item if there is a lot of AD stuff going on. If it would just be for magic penetration, I would skip that, but this is kind of the fact. Take this as well. I'm going to take Gaia's Standard over the Medallion of Troy. Just that is due to the reason that this is giving me a little bit more of regeneration purposes things, but you can take either you want because the other one has the shield. And then I'm trying out Rock Shield. Usually I don't build up to the 6th item, therefore I'm kind of like mixing that stuff around, but you can take whatever favors your playstyle. Arcana-wise, I'm going with my AD tank. The main focus here lies on the max HP gain. That is about 800, coming from 10 times Indomitable, armor, max HP are the two important things that we're looking at. Then I'm going with Benevolence. We've got a slight improvement of movement speed and some max HP 450 in total. And I love my skewer. I know that this is kind of discussable. You can take health runes here instead, but I like the armor pierce if I'm doing some serious gaming, because I want to threaten the enemies at least a tiny bit. And without that, you are not doing anything at all. So this is the build, and I would say we need to check out the enchantment section as well. Therefore, as you can see, we're going with full utility, River Trader, we are going with Nature's Gift, we are having Devourer so that we do get benefits from killing or assisting things, and I get the Bone Cutter in here as well because that 12.5 point resistance is stacking up quite nicely with the Gilded Greaves, and I'm taking Nature's Rage just to get a little tiny bit of some damage on the enemies with the burn effect. We're going to have a lot of crowd control stuff, therefore we're going to trigger it a lot. If you find yourself in the position that you feel, I would need some more shielding, here we go. Explosive Shield is your best friend and you're good to go. So this is the build. Let's check out the gameplay. And welcome to the battlefield, my friends. As you can see, I'm going, first of all, in the wrong direction. So two things before we are talking about what's going on in this video. First of all, I'm excusing myself. There might be some sound issues. I was recording that thing with earpieces and the Bluetooth connection seemed to be quite unstable. Therefore, I had some lags and issues on my earpieces, my headphones. I don't know if they will occur in the video, but I'm just going to excuse myself in advance so I don't have to do this later. Second thing is I'm going to do like a lot of bullshit in the beginning of the game. So in the first couple of minutes, I'm going to apologize here as well. I'm sorry. I hope you guys don't feel super triggered, but this is going to be insanely stupid and I'm starting it right now. Here we go. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sacrificing Slims here at first. So this is kind of like the first thing. And the second thing is I don't really learn from that mistake. I'm going in afterwards again. And I think like, well, I can make it here. But I was just walking a little bit too further down and the Aram spell caught me. And therefore I was caught and I got slowed. And while I got slowed, I was killed. So forget about the first couple of minutes, about the first 2 minutes, for example, and things are going to be good. So now we can start. I do listen to some stuff going on here, so that means that we've got some sound in the beginning, and yeah, from now on we are going to be better, I swear. And what you can see doing me right now is I'm going to, what I always try to do is I try to be in the front of the enemies. With Baldum, you are a tank, and you are a solid one, and you are a tank. That is going to cause a lot of damage if the enemy stands next to you, and that comes from this Groundbreaker, Groundshaker ability that you are going to max first. At least that would be my advice for you guys, so that you are doing more constant damage. I'm scouting the Abyssal Dragon here all the time because I know that Kira is about to get it, and now I see my chance and I run up towards it, and unfortunately the stupid rocket from Joker is catching me and or catching the dragon and stealing it from me. Well, basically it's getting it because I was actually trying to steal it, and as they defended it, they got it by the first instance or whatever. At least my team wasn't paying any attention at all. That's going to teach you a lesson, and you guys are going to see where this is going to lead us later on throughout the game. Little spoiler here, but things are going to be a little bit mental in the end. And as I said in my intro, Baldum changes when he gets his ultimate ready. His ultimate is a super versatile tool. It's some kind of like Swiss Army knife that you can use for different sorts of situations. And you guys are going to see what I mean by that right now. That kill was secured just because I was able to catch Aram in my ult. Otherwise, we would not have been able to get that kill. Now we've got Joker in here, but unfortunately we do not have a sufficient damage. But the ult is such an important key tool, and I see a lot of people wasting his ultimate by just pressing it around and doing things with it. Basically, it is a great tool to protect your team and protect yourself if you are about to flee. That's something that's super great about it. And the other thing is you can start to separate enemy heroes from other heroes of the team. So if you land the ultimate correctly, and I think they did something about all the cooldown things, and it seems that there's some little, usually there's this term called aftershock in English. It looks like a before shock. So there's a short shock animation, and afterwards the ult triggers, basically catching people in rough earth or something like that. I don't even know how the ultimate is called. I'm calling myself a Baldum player. I'm doing really good on him, and then I don't even know the name of the spells. Well, it's kind of the same with albums I listen to. Like usually when I listen to music, I know that track 5 or 6 is a great thing, but I don't even have a clue on how to say it. So there's the aftershock, and or the before shock. That's what I meant, and that worked out really, really nicely. Slims is here to secure the kill. Well done from my teammate, and I think that is a brilliant way to introduce Baldum's ult to you guys. You can use it to catch enemies that back off. You can use it to separate, for example, the tanks from the front line. So why not use it on the tanks? And then your team can go into the back line, cause havoc, ruin everything, and then you just have to deal about the tanks in advance. So this is something that's really great about the ult. You've got a lot of potential on it, but the problem is, of course, as with always, with all of the skill shots, you have to hit it. That's kind of the bummer here. But look at this, we're going to do this again. Now he cannot be targeted. We're waiting a little bit. And then usually you should have your ability number 1 ready so that you can throw the enemy hero right back into your ranks so that your other heroes can deal with it. But be careful with the throwing thing. It is usually not the best idea to throw some strong melee fighters, such for example as Lubu. RoV would be something that I would be a little bit careful with as well. And there are a lot of crazy tanks that you don't want to have in your ranks. For example, a Greg who hasn't ulted yet. That's something that I would try to avoid to throw around, but usually you can just use it as a great tool, both offensively as well as defensively, and it's going to be crazily good. So here we go. I'm calling things. I don't know if that's like, I don't really think that this is sort of my deal as I'm the tank. But of course, as you are the tank, you can always be the one in charge. And the good thing about it, and this is what RoV really does execute super good, super well, is don't ever attack enemies that are in the arms of Aaron with her ult. It's something that is going to cost your friend's player's life. That's really dangerous. Never ult her. I mention it in basically every single video Aram appears, but this is something that I want you to teach. I've seen so many games where I was caught by it and people are still attacking her, even if she is all by herself. That is going to just get your enemy ahead, because he is going to kill some of your valuable targets. Usually, yeah, that was kind of a strange thing to do. Look at how great my tankiness is, and now we are using the ult in order to get out. Unfortunately, I was killed here, but now my team has the moment to retaliate, and Lubu is going in. He's killing things. Here we go. First ultimate, second, third. He gets out barely alive. Now he is killed. Now he does things, and basically the game goes on quite crazy. So what's happening right now in the game is something that you can probably detect in 1/3 of the games, 1/4. I'm not entirely sure about it, but this is something that's going to happen a lot in the games. People do get lazy. People have been playing this game for about like close up to 10 minutes. That means that they have been in the game for about 10 minutes, and that might just be the normal attention span of your regular day gamer. So from now on, people will not concentrate on the game anymore. They won't focus on turrets and stuff like that. All they want to do is get kills, and in this case I had the we must defend everything before we can move team. That is some special sort of player, and he just feels super uncomfortable if there is threat to any of his towers. So this gamer will take what it takes to go back and defend the tower, even with his or her life. That is something that this gamer is really proud about. I don't even know if that's proudness or whatever it is, but it's something that is going to set you back a little bit. Now we are in the Super League. We have basically got the entry tool into their inner range. And as you can see on the minimap, Slims and Murad are trying to catch Kira. For whatever reason, they try to catch one of the most mobile champions out there in the game, who can run through fucking objects. Why do you do something like that? You try to get to the core. Your key success factor. The only factor if the enemy is not going to surrender is destroying that stupid core. So destroying that core is your main purpose. You need to destroy towers to get through that core, otherwise you are killed on the way to get to the core. What my team executed quite strangely is to make a push. Now we are in another pushing situation. Slims is here, Murad is here. They see Kira and they feel the natural instinct to go and kill immediately things. They need to hunt her down and they will do that for sure. As you can see, Raz is this kind of player. He does the same stupid thing and now he's calling Lubu out for being that kind of person. And I'm like, push with us, please. I don't, like, that's something that I learned throughout gaming. I'm not going to be impolite. I'm not going to make jokes. I'm asking them to do something and I'm asking them quite nicely. I asked them to push with us. It won't work. It will not affect them in any kind of way. But the good thing is it's not going to affect them in a negative way. Because that's what I usually see. People are trying to be super pushy. They will write, noob, idiot, not pushing, whatever. Putting themselves like a little bit higher than the players they are trying to mock. And therefore, what is the key? What is like the key result of this? People are just like, well, fuck off. I'm not gonna do what you are telling me. And of course, they won't help you. So, of course, politeness is the key to a person's heart. It's politeness. It's all about being polite. So there's no need of flaming around. It's just going to make things worse. I can just ask them nicely if they are willing to contribute their time and their game to my playstyle. But we could have, like, we pushed the tower. I don't know how we did it, but we pushed the tower. But I think in that kind of scene, if I would have played it a little bit smarter, I was killed there, yes, I give you that. If I would have played that a little bit smarter, I might eventually have led this thing to a success if for our team. So now another situation's there. We've been starting the team fight. I mean, we have the win condition is to get the tower. So of course we are not waiting for them. We try to execute it without them. But what you're going to see right now is the guys who've been super lazy all the time are going to start the pushing now. It's like super hilarious because if there was people would think like, okay, look, this game didn't really work out well. We were killed in that kind of scene. They would realize something's going on. Like that's the first thing that they should do. That the first thing is that they should kind of like come to the point where like, look, something feels awkward. Something feels like super awkward. We've been fighting against 3 people. We were 2 and it didn't go well. Maybe I used my skills wrong. That might be the first clue that they're kind of catching. Might be, okay, maybe the skill sequence was wrong. What they're going to do is they're going to try to find the same exact situation again, and they will go and try and do it again and again and again. And then someday there might be the point where they'll be like, actually, what the fuck, dude? Like, seriously, I was fighting against higher numbers all the time. I can't win it. I need to fight with my team, and that is the point where I want these people to get to. This is like, that's my purpose in terms of education. I don't know if it's gonna work. That ult was super wasted, but I'm talking about different things anyways right now. But that ult was super wasted. Now I'm going to heal everything up. Like, Baldum is just so nice. You've got the tankiness, you've got the damage, you've got the utility. He's one of the best supports in this game. Period. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna argue. This is not gonna happen. He is just, by this point, one of the best support heroes in the game. What's Doiser about to say about this? Oh, I don't even know which season he's referring to. Dois is basically the only source of reference that I'm going to talk about because he is the guy who is updating his list all the time. And something that I want to mention as well here, if you guys have seen it, my team was fighting. I'm like, okay, we are at the core. We need to destroy the core. So the important thing is to get the core. So you guys need to hit the core. So roaming, we have Baldum. Yeah, okay, we've got Baldum, who's an easy champion in tier A. Better are Zip, Thane, Teamy, Krizix, Wonder Woman, and Richter. That's at least what Doiser says. I'm kind of, yes, if you know how to play them, that might be the case in organized team play. Solo queue, not gonna acknowledge it. 7.6, I was the second worst player, which I don't really get, but that comes from if people don't really have a plan about the game. But I think the results are fine. I think that hero is ace right now, and you guys should try him out. That's my verdict. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I wish you the best of luck for your games and your evening. Void of Dusk over and out. Bye-bye.